The rains did not come. The earth cracked and sighed beneath the sun's relentless weight. The rivers Anna once conquered shrank to dusty scars. The grass turned brittle and grey. Even the wind lost its scent of life. Herds that once echoed with trumpets fell silent, moving like ghosts through a dying land. Anna walked at the front, older now, her tusks long and ivory white, her skin mapped with the lines of half a century. Her sons followed, gaunt but faithful, trusting her instinct even when hope thinned to dust. Each sunrise came harsher than the last. Calves collapsed where they stood. Vultures circled before death even arrived. Yet Anna did not falter. When others turned back, she pressed on, toward mirages, toward rumors of rain, toward the whisper of a half-remembered watering hole deep in the desert's spine. She dug with her tusks until her gums bled, struck the earth until her legs trembled. Beneath her feet, the soil cracked open with a sigh, and water, ancient and cold, rose from darkness. The herd gathered, trembling, drinking life itself. Around them, thunder rolled for the first time in years. Anna lifted her trunk to the sky, eyes glinting in the lightning flash. She had outlasted fire, teeth, and famine. The plains would live again because one mother refused to kneel. When the first drops fell, they turned to steam on her back, like a crown forged from endurance. The drought ended not in silence, but in thunder. The plains that once cracked beneath the weight of death now shook with the roar of a storm reborn. Wind swept across the Savanna like a living spirit, bending trees, rattling bones, tearing through the ghosts of the dry season. Anna stood in the heart of it, no longer the desperate wanderer of parched earth, but a titan of survival, her skin glistening with rain, her eyes reflecting fire in the sky. The herd clustered close as lightning carved rivers of light across the horizon. Anna's sons were grown now, 10 massive bulls, each bearing her strength in their stance and her patience in their gaze. They formed a wall around the calves and the elders as thunder rolled over them like drums of creation. When the storm reached its peak, Anna lifted her trunk and bellowed into the wind, a call that split heaven and earth. The storm answered. Rain and dust became a crown around her. The elephants moved as one, their shapes swallowed by mist and fury. By dawn, the plains had changed. Green shot through brown. Rivers cut new paths through the softened land. Life returned, not gently, but gloriously. As sunlight pierced the clouds, Anna stood atop a rise, watching her world reborn. Every drop of rain was a memory, every breath a triumph. She had led her bloodline through storms, and in the storm's eye found immortality. The plains shimmered green again, a kingdom reborn. Herds moved like rivers across the horizon, and birds traced spirals in the bright African sky. Time had softened the land, but it had also carved the faces of those who ruled it. Anna, the matriarch of 100 seasons, walked slower now, her tusks yellowed by age, her eyes deeper than the wells she once dug. Around her, her sons, the 10 giants she had raised through famine, flood, and fire, had become the guardians of her legacy. Each bore her spirit in a different form, one cautious, one fierce, one restless as wind. They led patrols across the plains, defending calves from lions, guiding lost herds through rain-soaked valleys. Yet every dusk, they returned to her side, rumbling softly, the old song of respect. But the Savanna's peace is never eternal. Across the plain, a rival herd approached, led by a young, ambitious bull, wild with the arrogance of strength. The air thickened with dust and tension. Anna watched silently as her eldest son Baruti stepped forward to meet the challenge. The two titans clashed, tusks grinding, thunder of hooves shaking the ground. In the end, the rival fled, beaten but alive. Baruti stood panting, his sides streaked with red clay and triumph. Anna moved forward, touching her trunk to his brow, a mother's silent anointing. She did not need to speak. The plains would hear of this day, when her sons rose as protectors, when her legacy took living form.
It was pilgrimage.
As the sun sank red behind the acacia trees, Anna turned toward the wind. For the first time, her herd no longer followed. They walked beside her. The wars had ended. The storms had passed. The plains stretched quiet beneath the low sun, golden, endless, eternal. For almost 2 centuries, Anna had led her kind across lands that remembered her footsteps more than the wind. Her tusks were cracked now, her skin thick with time's dust, but her eyes still carried the sky, steady, calm, unbroken. Her sons walked beside her, no longer calves, but kings of the plains. They led the young, guarded the old, and still turned to her for direction when horizons blurred. The seasons no longer frightened her. Drought, flood, fire, she had met them all and left them behind. The herd moved slowly that day, crossing the long plains beneath a rose-colored sky. Zebras watched from a distance. Wildebeest parted before them. The march was no longer about survival. It was pilgrimage. Each step was a memory, every trumpet a prayer. At the heart of the herd, Anna's pace faltered. Her sons closed in quietly, surrounding her in a moving ring of devotion. She paused, raised her trunk one last time toward the sinking sun, and breathed in the scent of the world she had protected. Then she lowered her head and walked on, slower, quieter, but never alone. The plains glowed like liquid fire as the herd continued into the horizon, shadows stretching long. The matriarch did not stop, not until night itself embraced her. The twilight march had begun, and with it, the legend of Anna, mother of centuries.
The world had turned a full circle.